Chestnuts are finally in season. That little warm gift of winter everyone looks forward to. Just seeing those roasted chestnuts, their shells cracking open and releasing a bit of steam, already makes you want to peel and eat them right away. But getting a perfect batch of peeled chestnuts, that's a real nightmare. Sore fingers, broken nails, crushed nuts. Many people just give up halfway, even when they're craving them so badly. If you've ever been there like I was before, don't worry. In this video, I'll show you 3 super quick and easy ways to peel chestnuts. Clean, painless, and they keep every nut perfectly whole and shiny. And tip number 3, trust me, will make you say, "How did I not know this sooner?" Let's get started. First, place the fresh chestnuts in a large bowl, add a tablespoon of salt, and pour in enough clean water to completely cover the nuts. Stir gently so the salt dissolves evenly, then let them soak for about 5 minutes. The salt and water will seep into the grooves of the shells, helping to soften them and remove any dirt or tiny hairs clinging to the surface. Next, gently rub each chestnut, focusing on the ridges, to wash away any remaining mud or sand. Finally, rinse them thoroughly under running water until the chestnuts are shiny and free of any debris. At this point, they're clean and safe, ready to be prepared. Next, I'll share a handy tip that makes cutting chestnuts safer and much easier. For the first tip, I'll show you a simple way to cut chestnuts safely and easily. I use a small plastic zip tie, tightening it into a circle just big enough to hold the chestnut in place, and make 2 firm cuts across the top to form a deep X. This keeps the nut steady, protects your fingers, and helps the shell crack open beautifully when roasted. Using a cable tie like this makes cutting chestnuts much faster, cleaner, and safer. It's a small trick, but incredibly effective, isn't it? Once all the chestnuts are scored, prepare a steamer. Pour water into a pot and arrange the chestnuts in the steamer, making sure the scored side is facing up. Cover the pot, turn the heat to high, and steam for about 10 minutes. During this process, the hot steam causes the chestnuts to expand at the cuts, creating gaps between the shell, the brown skin, and the nut inside. When the steaming is done, simply remove the chestnuts and let them cool slightly. Then peel along the cuts. At this stage, both the outer shell and the thin inner skin come off easily, leaving the golden, sweet, tender, and slightly chewy chestnut intact. Try steaming chestnuts this way. You'll notice the difference. It's fast, safe, and preserves the natural flavor perfectly. Tip 2. Start by inserting the tip of a knife into the chestnut, then carefully make a circular cut around it. Make sure the cut goes through both the outer shell and the inner skin. This is the key to making the chestnut easier to peel. When you're just starting, move the knife slowly to get used to it. This will help your movements become steadier and more precise over time. Nowadays, there are many chestnut varieties on the market that are easier to peel. These have been specially bred so that the shell comes off easily, even down to the inner skin, saving a lot of time and effort during preparation. If possible, it's best to choose these varieties when buying chestnuts. Once all the chestnuts are scored, pour about 2 cups of water into a pan, place it on the stove, Bring it to a boil, and then add the chestnuts to boil. The trick here is to heat the chestnuts gradually rather than cooking them all at once. Boil for about 5 to 6 minutes, which is enough. Afterward, drain the chestnuts into a colander and let them cool until they're comfortable to handle. At this point, peeling the shell will be much easier. Keep in mind, if you peel chestnuts with bare hands, your fingers can hurt from the hard shell and residual heat. It's best to use a fork or a peeling tool to safely remove the shell, avoiding injury. Also, don't use too much force, which can crack or break the chestnut inside. Be patient and peel each chestnut one by one until all are done. Look at these perfectly peeled, intact chestnuts. They look amazing, don't they? Give this tip a try. For the third tip, I'm using a pair of scissors. Use the tip of the scissors to make a horizontal cut across the middle of the chestnut. This cut helps the shell crack easily when heated, making peeling faster and much simpler. While cutting, hold each chestnut firmly and work carefully, since the shell is quite hard. This helps prevent the knife or scissors from slipping and causing injury. Repeat until all the chestnuts you need are prepared. Next, place all the scored chestnuts into a pot. Pour in enough water to cover them, bring to a boil, and simmer for about 10 minutes. This step partially cooks the chestnuts, softening them while keeping the kernels from drying out. You can add a pinch of salt to the water to enhance the flavor and aroma of the chestnuts. Once boiled, drain them in a colander. Now, place a pan on the stove and add a tablespoon of butter, heating it over low heat until it's fully melted and fragrant. Once the butter is hot, add the boiled chestnuts and stir continuously for 5 to 7 minutes, allowing them to cook evenly and absorb the buttery flavor. Stir constantly to prevent burning and ensure a beautiful golden color. When the chestnuts turn golden brown, add a tablespoon of white or brown sugar to the pan and continue stirring until the sugar melts and coats the nuts. For extra shine and richer flavor, you can add a little honey. Keep stirring until a thin, glossy caramel-like layer forms around each chestnut, filling your kitchen with a wonderful aroma. Once the chestnuts are evenly golden and fragrant, remove the pan from heat and transfer them to a plate lined with paper towels. Let them cool for a few minutes to allow the shells to dry slightly. At this point, peeling is very easy, and the kernels inside are soft, sweet, and infused with the rich butter-sugar flavor. You can enjoy them warm or store them in an airtight container for later. With just a few simple steps, you've made buttery, golden-roasted chestnuts that are sweet, fragrant, and easy to peel. A perfect snack for chilly days or paired with a hot cup of tea. With just 3 simple methods, you can handle chestnuts quickly, save effort, and still keep the sweet, tender kernels intact. In just a few minutes of preparation, peeling chestnuts becomes easy, clean, and completely painless. If you found the tips in this video helpful, give them a try. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our other fun and useful tips. And if you have your own chestnut hacks, share them in the comments so we can all learn together. Thank you for watching until the end. See you in the next video.